Come friend, come foe, come one, come all, to the highlands to see who lives and who falls. Jokers and fools, queens and kings, they'll take to the stage on invisible strings. Once in my castle, their roles are assigned, their fates in the game, forever entwined. Under cover of night, the traitors will slay. Can a faithful fight back, or be the next play? Till death do us part, in shadows they hide. Murder and treachery, secrets and lies. They'll all stop at nothing for the ultimate prize. All are mere puppets in the world of the traitors. From the meek to the fierce, pawns to dictators, bound by the strings of the silent orchestrators. Every move, every breath, a twisted decree, a game of betrayal, no one's truly free. Till death do us part, in shadows they hide. Murder and treachery, secrets and lies. They'll all stop at nothing for the ultimate prize. All are mere puppets in the world of the traitors. Who can you trust when the darkness descends? The blade in the back, the whispers of friends. The court is a theater, the blood-stained stage, a dance of deception, a war in a cage. Till death do us part, in shadows they hide. Murder and treachery, secrets and lies. They'll all stop at nothing for the ultimate prize. All are mere puppets in the world of the traitors. Come friend, come foe, come one, come all, to the highlands to see who lives and who falls. Jokers and fools, queens and kings, all are mere puppets on invisible strings.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, E. Hi, Kimmy. How you guys doing? Thanks for stopping in and listening. Hey, Pippi. So, we've just got one episode today to cover, and I was changing the time around, and then I just thought, you know what? Let me just get this in now. So, here we are. I apologize for scheduling it for 4, rescheduling it for 5, and then going at 3. Basically what I realized I just did. So my allergies are acting crazy today. My nose has been itchy and I've been sneezing and blowing my nose all day. So pardon me in advance. Hey, not that Lauren Marie. And Kirsten is probably still sleeping. I realized that after I hit the live button. Like crap, I really should have waited till 4. So Kirsten, I'm so sorry when you catch this later. Okay. Let me switch. Oh, we don't need to pull that up yet. So I don't have much video this week. I've got a few of the competition of the mission and then a few at the round table. And the only pictures I have this week was at the round table, there was a new contestant trying out to be on Traitors next season. So I took several pictures of the new contestant. Hey, Rainbow. Hey, Stevie Lee. So the last week prior ended with Michael's murder, and then the Traitors found out, or Michael's banishment. Monet got murdered, Michael got banished. Hey, Dreamy. And then the Traitors found out they would not, well, I guess actually we don't find that out, and for a minute with the Traitors don't have to murder anybody, but just 1 second. I'm sorry, I had to blow my nose. He's stupid. I don't think I'm getting a cold. I think this is all allergies. But the very first thing in the morning when Mara, Kristen, and Rob were the first ones in, and we've got the immediate spotting of the salmon. And there's 2 plates of salmon. Yay! Salmon is in high demand for them. Probably because it's so healthy, it's so low in calories, and so high in protein. They all want the salmon. I don't do seafood, and that salmon looks raw. It doesn't even look cooked. The 3 of them agree, though, that it's peaceful without Michael as a distraction. um, let's see. And then 2 out of, they talk about, all 3 of them talk about how they're nervous to see if everybody took a shield, but we all know that Rob already knows the status of the shield, so he is doing a much better job of Lisa Rinna at pretending, I will say that. Hey, PMR. Nice. Enjoy your barbecue. Must be nice. I want you guys to toast and laugh at all of us dealing with a foot of snow and ice. I'm serious. Because if I was in Florida right now, I would absolutely be toasting and laughing that I'm in Florida and that, all these northerners are dealing with this bullshit. So please, just for the snottiness of me, PMR, could you guys toast your wonderful weather and laugh at us? Okay, moving on. We've got Tara, Candace, Lisa, and Mark are the next in. Lisa, of course, is all exaggerated nervous. She can't take this. She just can't take it. And she's in the confessional knowing her name's been floated around. And so her goal is to try to get the people not thinking about her and get them more fixated on Ron and just not her. And she's going to just sprinkle a little bit of housewife into her personality today. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna act more extra. This woman is Lisa fucking Rinna. That by definition is a housewife and all of its extra 24/7. But we're gonna get to the whole Lisa fucking Rinna of it too here. So, next in we have got Stephen, Natalie, Johnny Weir, and Ron. Johnny Weir looking dazzling in his headwear. Oh, well, you should, PMR, as long as we've got working heat. And Stevie Lee. Oh, no. Yeah, don't laugh at the ones that are being affected with toilets. Like, when you laugh, maybe just laugh at me. I don't know. I deserve it. Hey, Silent Protocol. I deserve it for the 8 years I spent in Florida laughing. Laughing at all my friends up here. I know. Is it wrong of me? Let's see. Oh my gosh, I just want the phlegm in my throat to be gone and it won't be. So I'm probably going to be muting several times trying to choke this crap out. Okay, that sounded lovely. So Ron was surprised that he was still there today after how everything had gone down last night. But, he realized keeping his mouth shut long enough. Oh yeah, PMR can fix it. For Michael to keep his mouth shut long enough, or for Ron, if Ron kept his mouth shut long enough, then Michael would put his own foot in his own mouth and get himself banished. Hey, Ms. Liability. And that's exactly what he did as we saw Michael's exit. So Ron's goal is basically to try to make some inroads with the people that he is already speaking to. Johnny Weir's goal is very interesting. I like that Johnny Weir here is thinking like a gamer. Like, dude, you don't need to be a gamer to think like a gamer. Johnny Weir, you are now officially a gamer. You've been on a gaming show and you've now had gaming thoughts because Johnny Weir realizes with 14 people left, 8 makes the majority because if you've got 7v7, it's a tie. With 8, you've got a majority. So 8 people gives you roundtable control. So Johnny Weir, very smartly, his goal for the day is to gather the majority, gather the 8, and try to control the roundtable with an 8 full of faithfuls and get the traitors out. I thought that was very, very clever and very, very on point for how a gamer thinks. And all of the competition type shows like this, not where you've got judges, but where you've got your fellow cast voting, uh, gaining a majority vote is, everybody wants to be on the right side of the vote. So the last 4 in are going to be Jam Jam, Colton, Dorinda, and Eric. And they flip back over to the turret from the night before. They learn that they didn't have to murder anybody. And at that point, everybody in the breakfast room realizes that nobody was murdered. I do it on the M. Murdered. I sound like a sheep. I'm not going to say I sound like I'm from New Zealand when I say murder. I talk in sheep. Oh, Kirsten, I love you. Let's see. So, Alan comes into the breakfast room, confirms that, and without giving out very many clues, he just says today's going to be very cryptic. So now suddenly everybody's thinking that they're going to have to walk into crypts and gravestones and craziness. And then after Alan leaves, Colton leans over to Dorinda, asks her how she's feeling about Lisa Rinna. And, knowing that the trend is basically staying housewife loyal. And, Dorinda is on the housewife loyal. That's Dorinda. Poor Dorinda. Colton tells her just to observe. That's all you need to do. Just observe. Not expecting you to go against a housewife. Just observe. So he has her on a mission. Colton is telling the confessional he's pretty sure that Lisa's a traitor, but he's not sure how he's going to play it. So after breakfast, we've got a ton of people in the kitchen chatting, and Steven says, so I guess the biggest suspect still at the moment is Ron. Candace with the hearty yep. Steven's asking has anybody got any reasons why to say, not to vote out Ron? Lisa's like, nope, 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 nope. Like, no. All right, Lisa, we got the point. You think that Ron's the one. Colton is trying to then put it in people's minds that he thinks Ron might be a faithful. He says to the kitchen group, he is still 100% going to vote for Ron, but he thinks that Ron's going to be a faithful. He thinks that Ron was the perfect setup right from the beginning to drag along, much more so than Michael, which is exactly what Ron has been. So then we've got Ron and Rob over in the playing chess in the bar room. Ron and Rob are talking. Ron's asking Rob who he thinks is going to go after tonight, because Ron is saying, obviously I'm going tonight. So who do you think's going to go after that? And they're just, chatting, like I said. Then Rob asks Ron if he's heard anybody say his name. Ron says, no, I haven't heard anyone. And Rob then says, yeah, nobody thinks that the stupid guy from Alabama could be one. And Ron gives I liked Ron. I liked Ron a lot in this episode. They gave him a very good final episode. So he says to Rob that Rob is just a perfect representative of the South. A perfect representative of a young man from the South that represents the South well. I am also Team Rob now, fully, Pippi. After last night's episode, I am Team Rob also. Took me an extra episode. You guys beat me to it. So I thought that was just, Ron clearly didn't want to make friends or anything like that. And I thought that was really sweet of Ron to say. But then at the same time Ron's also like, yeah, and that's also why you'd make a good traitor. So I bet Ron was cracking up when he found out that Rob actually was a traitor. So we've got Rob telling the confessional about how bad he feels about Ron's position in the game and that he genuinely likes him and enjoys playing the game with him. And then we've got Rob's also telling the confessional, and I bet some of you guys relate to this too, that as Rob tells the confessional, Ron is an introvert, and sometimes the loneliest places in the world for an introvert are a room full of people. Like, that's really true. That resonated with me when Rob said that. So then, though, meanwhile, we've got Johnny Weir. Johnny Weir, sneaky Johnny Weir. Over in the study, he's talking to Mark, Tara, and Maura, and he's letting them know that they need to gather 8 faithfuls so that they can swing the vote and have control of it. Kristen joins them. She makes number 5. And then we've got Eric, Steven, and Candace making the team of 8 faithfuls, except we all know Candace is not a faithful. So what Johnny thinks is a team of 8 faithfuls is 7 faithfuls and a traitor. So those five are discussing how shady Colton is. And really, about how he's always got names that he's checking and this and that, always names. Um, Natalie decides that she's going to pull Colton off alone. And she wants to talk to him where nobody can be sneaking up on them. So she pulls him over into the fireplace room. Is that the banquet room? The banquet hall? No, that's the breakfast room where the fireplace is. Well, she pulls him over to the fireplace room and has a chat with him and about Lisa. Colton decides to tell Natalie that he's on to Lisa. They talk about the unspoken housewife rule and how Lisa instantly broke it with Portia. Natalie also thinks that Lisa is acting very angelic, which is not her normal. Colton Colton is telling Lisa to make sure that she pays attention if she tells anybody, if she drops Lisa's name, to pay attention to anybody who might be trying to move them away from Lisa's name. And I'm like, well, who's going to be dumb enough just to be dropping Lisa's name everywhere? Certainly not Natalie. So, Colton is definitely, he's saying to the confessional, he's afraid to trust anybody. But if he doesn't tell enough people and Lisa decides to murder him, they wouldn't know. So people need to know so they can have all eyes on Lisa if she's the murderer or if she's a traitor. So then Colton, is this when they... Okay, yeah, so then Colton walks into a room, tells Lisa, so glad she's not wearing her sunglasses today, so he can finally look her in the eyes. Kirsten, hello. I'm so sorry I went a little bit early. I apologize. I won't let it happen again. I know I should have waited, like another 40 minutes from now. I'm sorry. So let's see. We've got Colton commenting about how he can look at her in the eyes. And Lisa's like, what would you like to see? And Colton replies, my future. And we've got Dorinda laughing so hard. And finally, we've got the time for them to leave for the mission. And let's see here. So, in the car on the way, Colton is talking to Dorinda. Who else is in the car? Rob. And Colton shares. Dorinda, Tara, and Rob are in the car. He says that if he's not at breakfast tomorrow, it was Lisa. Rob, he asks Rob where his head is on Lisa. Rob just says that it's plausible. Rob, I think, is doing an amazing job of keeping up his appearance of a faithful so well through the entire episode. So, they get to the cabin in the woods. Alan, Alan's telling them no matter how terrifying the cabin looks from the outside, that when you go inside, it's far worse. I love Alan so much. So he explains to them that once they get inside the cabin, that they will receive a series of cryptic clues. Each clue will be that of a soul buried in the cabin's graveyard. You must figure out the clue, decipher the name, run to the correct gravestone within 30 seconds, and await your prize. Also, just to distract you along the way, there will be one grave that has 2 shields. So you can stop at that grave and pick up the 2 shields for you and your partner, but no money will be won for that round if you do. So they get inside, and right away, Natalie, or I guess they get inside, and Steven, I think, was the one that actually, he brought it up first and says, let's make a deal and nobody take the shields. It worked out so well last week. And I'm like telling the TV, that's because if you guys didn't take a shield, there would be no murder. This week, there's going to be a murder. You guys are so stupid. But okay. So Natalie gives a good, everybody's like, well, how will you know? What's going to keep us honest? And so Natalie, with all of Natalie's, Natalie is just like, Natalie is tough. Like, did you see how that bodysuit wore every muscle of hers? I did not get a good picture of the bodysuit. I wanted to, but that bodysuit and the muscles that she has, that is not a woman that I want to say no to about anything or defy ever. Pippi screamed when they opened the door. Hey, Christoph, that's so funny. So Natalie says, if anybody takes a shield, we're gonna banish you at the round table. So only Jam Jam seemed really tempted to take the shield. Jam Jam didn't give a fuck. But Tara, his partner, not Tara, Mara, his partner, stopped him. Mara, his partner. So I've got a few clips. I've got this first clip is when they run into the cabin. I guess this is where Pippi screams. Let's see. But I thought it was really funny. It was Lisa Rinna's reaction.
That's just the door. Oh, wow.
That doll. Remember that doll, because that doll is part of the competition later.
Terrible in here.
This cabinet is disgusting. Alan, what is up with your mind? You've been here too long.
Not happy. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
I mean, is Lisa acting like a scared little bitch? Like, you're on a TV. Well, I guess she's trying to make good TV, but it's not that deep. I wonder how cold it is in Scotland when this is filmed. Obviously, it looks pretty cold there, but...
Looking for the name. I was like using all of my spidey.
Whoops, we're not ready for that one yet. So, we've got, cabin door opens. Oh, wait, each clue. So when the cabin door opens, 2 run out. So Rinna is so overdramatic. Natalie does her thing. Now, the first clue, what happens is a chainsaw comes busting through a window. People are screaming really loud. The sugar bowl on the table starts to move as if it were a Ouija board. And the very first word spells out Louise. The second word spells out what they think of as Clark, but they finished it too soon. It was actually the R. It wasn't an R. The last letter was a B, and they had to unscramble it. So it turned out it was actually black, but they had already walked out too late. So this is what happens to the first 2 out when they get to the grave. I thought this was hilarious.
Looking for Louise Clark.
Black, Louise, black.
Louise Clark, right here, right here, right here.
And Cox, there she is. Louise Clark.
Yes.
Louise Clark
Died in 1748.
Locking in the answer, please.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Who's that? Oh, the money.
Yes.
That was amazing. That was so funny. Oh my gosh, I forgot to upload the best picture of all. How did I do that? Darn it. Every week it's something. Okay, let's see. So then we've got round 2 begins. They didn't get any money on that one. Now we've got round 2 begins. The room goes black. And then in the corner, this bloody woman appears screaming. And that woman could have been Dorinda in a wig. The way her and Dorinda were screaming at each other. I laugh so hard every time I watch this clip. So I'm gonna play it now. If you've got headphones on, there's gonna be much more screaming ahead.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Dorinda! And Natalie cracking up at Dorinda and the scary lady. YouTube, please do not strike that video for blood and violence. It's all fake. It's a TV show on Peacock. Please leave that clip alone. That was not real blood, YouTube. That was fair use, fake blood, reality TV show. Look, YouTube is weird about the blood. Okay, so that cracked me up. Now, then we've got it ended up after their little screaming match, we've got blood coming out of the wall, and it says Master of None. And so they figure out what is a jack of all trades is a master of none. So Jack is the first one. And then there's 5 letters underlined in Master of None. There's an S, a T, an O, an N, and an E. You didn't even have to unscramble it. It was in order. Jack Stone was the name of the next grave they had to go to. So the door flies open and Jam and Mara run out as fast as they can. When Jam, like I said, Jam sees the grave with the I'm about to say the immunity necklace. The shields. He sees the grave with the shields. He tries to talk Mara into stopping, and she's not having it. Mara is afraid of Natalie, and she wants no part of pissing Natalie off. So, something else really funny happened on this. This is also another one of my favorite scenes. Sometimes you forget that Fergus even speaks. Did you guys hear Fergus's voice? Oh my gosh. So next we've got Mara calling Fergus a hottie, and it's so cute.
Put the gold in Fergus's wheelbarrow, then head back to the castle.
Hi, Hottie.
Hi. 20 seconds left.
Hi. Hi. I can't do it. He's like, hi. Fergus. I always want to call Fergus Seamus. Fergus, hi. Oh, Stevie Lee, cool. Team Steven, all right. He's not, there's so many loud voices, Stevie Lee, that unfortunately he's probably not getting the edit that he deserves because he's not playing a bad game at all. There's just so much else going on with big personalities and traitors that poor Steven is kind of lost in the sauce. So hopefully, we'll start seeing he'll make it pretty far and we'll start seeing more of his edits. Ooh, Amzi's mad. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, I just got so distracted. Amzi just went live and I just saw her title. All right, let's go. So round 3 begins. Back in the cabin, they're all waiting for the next clue, and there's a chessboard full of black chess pieces, but a white piece comes flying out from the board. um, and then across the room, you see like a keepsake lockbox type box open, and all of a sudden, and I refused to film the yucky bugs and take pictures. I want no parts of all the bug yuck. So millions of creepy crawlies. I think they were roaches. Luckily, they didn't do too up close, so it was hard to identify it exactly as a roach. But they all come flying and pouring out of this box, like too many to fit in the box. So there's people underneath just like shoving them up. I don't know. It's so gross. So gross. And then the room goes pitch black again. And Johnny Weir is the one. Johnny Weir screaming. Darn it, I forgot to go back and record his. Did I record that? Let me see. What do I have next here? Oh no, I've got that. Okay. So,
50 seconds for that.
Fergus's wheelbarrow.
okay. So, the typewriter starts typing the third clue, and it says that this is the tale of the youngest darkened sister, and it gives a math word problem. Daphne's 3 years older. Daphne's 3 years older than Dorothy. Dorothy's half as old as Deidre when Daphne's as old as Deidre is now. And yeah, how old is so and so, who, what, where, when? I don't know. It's math. I tune out. So they've got to solve that to get the third name, and they decide it's Dorothy Darkin. The door opens, and Lisa Rinna and Mark Ballas run out. And the next thing I have recorded is Lisa Rinna because Alan Cummings cracked me up.
Then head back to the castle.
Hi, Hottie.
Hi. 20 seconds for that.
Lisa's screaming at nothing.
Dorothy Darkin died 1761. Lock.
So, Lisa screaming at nothing. So we've got round 4. The lights go out. Johnny's instantly screaming again. No, 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 no. And doll heads just start slamming on the floor. They don't really show us where they're coming out from, but they're like slamming on the ground. Then there's a clown over in the corner by a window with a balloon, like coming through the window. And then you see maggots below where all of the creepy crawly bugs were coming out of the lockbox. There's now maggots joining those. I mean, it's a hot ass disgusting mess in there. So sound starts coming in from out of the corner, and I believe it's the doll that we saw at the beginning. I believe it's the doll in the corner. Oh my god, the doll. Yeah, the talking doll was creepy. So they get their next clue. I think it's Bernie Singh, and we've got Dorinda and Johnny Weir take off. And then we don't really see, we just, the 5th and 6th clue. They end up winning. There was 18,000 total they could have won. of the six rounds, and they won 5 of the 6 rounds. So they won 15,000. Their prize pot was 106. So it puts the prize pot at $121,000. And let's see, make sure that's my last in the woods clip. Yep, last in the woods clip. All right. So, back at the house, well, they're on their way back in the car. Ron is talking about how he's really starting to enjoy everybody. And Ron is really starting to enjoy everybody. It was a great episode, and the Dorinda screams were so funny. And Lisa, and just, it was such a good episode. So, Rob is talking about how he really wants to try to contemplate how maybe he could have Ron stay. So back at the house, they're in the kitchen and eating. And Mara's talking, there's small chat. Mara's talking about what Natalie said, and Jam's laughing and saying he still wanted to take it. Then Johnny Weir's over in another room talking to some of his team of 8. Talking to Mark. Actually, he's just talking to Mark at that point. Telling Mark, that talking about how it should be Ron tonight. Sometimes my notes are weird because I talk. Instead of typing my notes, I talk to my notes. And the voice to text is not always good at converting what you say. So, and sometimes I'm confused, like, what was I saying here? Okay, so we've got Johnny Weir's talking to Mark, and they are talking about how they think Colton is a traitor, but if they do Colton, that they need to do it quick. It's one of those things where they got to go in, they got to rip the Band-Aid off and do it. It can't be, and they're implying it can't be any of this build-up talk about thing, because when you do all this kind of build-up talk about thing with people like Colton, they're strong enough and smart enough to develop arguments of why it shouldn't be them, and also turn it around and murder you if you think, if he's a traitor or even whatever. So they're thinking along the right lines if they did actually want to get rid of Colton. So back in the kitchen, Rob is asking if people are ready for the round table. And we've got Lisa, Candace, his fellow traitors, and Derek and Steven are in there. Lisa is asking the group, we're all thinking Ron, and Rob busts out at that point and says he thinks Ron is a faithful and he thinks Ron is truthful. Candace is all mad up in the confessional, like saying, oh, Rob is not going rogue. He needs to stick to this plan. We are not going to have, I was about to say a rogue mod, but we are not going to have a rogue Rob. Oh, I sure did. There's a point to that. I sure did, Kirsten. I left it there. I saw where it paused, and I said to myself, perfect. So we've got Johnny Weir. Oh, well, then Johnny Weir, that was still in the other area, talking to different people about Colton from the group of 8. Then we've got, oh yeah, they're trying to count out the votes. Johnny Weir is with some people. They know they're not going to get Candace because they know she's stuck on Rob or on Ron, but they think they could get Rob. No. And they think they could get Steven and Eric, which Steven and Eric are part of the 8. Rob's not part of the 8, so I don't know why So they start pulling Eric into a room and tell him about how Colton's controlling the game. Johnny's trying to pull Rob in now at this point and try to explain, but Rob is telling the confessional that Colton is his alliance. He is Team Colton. Yeah, they're not going to get Rob's vote to vote Colton out. Same, Kirsten, same. Oh my God, same. Same. This episode was such a great edit for Ron. These editors are really good at telling us a story, pulling at our heartstrings. So Rob is trying to talk them down off of Colton by, saying this is crazy. This happens every week. This is what happens. We get a gut feeling and then suddenly it gets switched up. And, trying to get him off Colton. So now we've got Colton pulling Lisa Rinna into another room. Get Lisa off the screen. We've got Colton pulling Lisa Rinna into another room. And this was so funny. I'm like, holy crap. It's a rogue Rob. He looks at Lisa and says, he's like this reverse psychology. Tell you what, Lisa, every time your name gets brought up anywhere outside of the round table, in the round table, anywhere, I will defend you. I will stick up for you. I will always have your back, basically, is what he's telling her. And, anytime my name comes up in the turret, you're going to do the same thing, and we're just going to have this deal. And Lisa's like, huh? What? Giving all these looks and faces, all these lips looking and faces and stuff. Like, huh? Who, me? What? I ain't a traitor. What? Huh? She's like, Lisa fucking Rinna ain't no traitor. She didn't say that, but she basically called his bluff. She didn't do a bad job, really, of calling his bluff on this, except he's already down. It's not going to convince him when he's already sure. So, but I didn't think her job was that bad at this. I thought her acting in the round table was hideous, beginning with this look on her face. So Colton was telling her to, how the Porsche voting didn't add up and all of that. So now we've got the round table beginning. And after Alan stops talking, gets quiet for a minute, and Ron asks, does anybody have anything? Nobody's speaking at all, and Ron's like, well, we gotta use our time. Like, oh, Ron, you're so cute. Like, with Kirsten in one episode. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. I want him. It's because Rob wants him to stay, and we want what Rob wants. Damn it. We are Team Rob, and Ron is good for Rob's game. And now we like Ron. I think that's the paradox. Okay, so nobody speaks at all. Ron's like, we have to use our time. And then meanwhile, the reason I've got this picture up, I said at the very beginning of the stream that there was somebody at the round table who was auditioning for the next season of the Traitors, for season 5, or for the next celebrity reality TV star edition. And that would be Lisa Rinna's lips. Lisa Rinna's lips are a whole ass other personality trying to get themselves a place on the damn show next season so they can walk around and say, I'm Lisa Rinna's fucking lips. I'm Lisa fucking Rinna's fucking lips. And I've got pictures to prove it coming up within these videos somewhere. So let's see what I'm not sure what I have first to play here. Let's see. Mark Ballas says that he'd like to talk about how Ron has taken a beating 4 nights in a row. He says, basically, let's have an open conversation. The part that raises people's eyebrows is basically his commitment, because his conviction of his choices. He commits 100% and convinces other people, and then the choices are wrong, and then they get rid of faithfuls. So Ron comes back and says, well, everybody at the table's made mistakes. Nobody's free from that. Colton is saying, he really likes Ron, but by banishing him, it will give the people at the round table more answers. It will give them more clarity and answers by getting rid of him. And so at this point, it's better to get rid of him to get the clarity and answers. I don't know, I would ask, well, if I'm a faithful, I guess so it gives you clarity that I'm a faithful and I'm not a traitor. So Ron agrees and says, he tells Colton, he doesn't agree about them. He tells Colton that Colton's got it wrong more than him with Portia, Tiffany, and Michael. But because nobody likes Michael, we don't count him. But because everybody loved Portia, we still blame me. Ron is saying, and Ron is absolutely correct about that. Kirsten, I knew you would. So Johnny Weir. Oh wait, no. Then we've got. Oh, whoops! I went. Hello. Okay, so then Ron. So then Kirsten speaks up about Colton. Talks about how he swung the votes and how he likes to play games and put names in people's heads and reverse engineer. Johnny Weir comes in and says, just like they complained about Michael putting so many names out, Colton is doing the same thing, and it muddies the waters, and it makes Johnny Weir feel like a puppet. Lisa's eyes and mouth are darting everywhere. So I don't know what clip this is. Let me play it and see what we got here. Oh, these are the pictures. These are the lip pictures. I took all kinds of pictures of next year's contestant in the running. Lisa serving lip. I can't. Look at that. I think this is Lisa serving eyes and keeping her mouth shut. I think that's what that screenshot is right there. Oh my gosh. Let's see, did I take any others? That's enough, but that's my favorite one. Oh, there's a good one. Any more? Oh, now we got a clip. Oh, is this.
I think if I want to be a real fan.
Oh, okay. So now we get to the point where Ron says it's going in circles, and if he wants to be a real faithful, then they need to banish him. And so this is what happens, and I almost started crying. This was gut-wrenching. You're about to hear me scream in this as I was watching and recording it. I was actually it wasn't really a natural scream. I was trying to relive the moment of the first time I watched this. So I probably come off a little fake, but the feelings were still there.
Then, Eric, you're the best.
I don't think he's a traitor.
I don't think he is.
We never had to.
Johnny, you're a legend, dog.
Can I say something?
Go Tara! Okay, I sound like a man, but I was so excited that Tara, of everybody, Tara jumped into this game and freaking played it at the right moment. Tara, you said you didn't know how to play this game, and look at you, girl. Look at you playing this game. You and Johnny have graduated to gamers this episode, my friends. You both played the shit out of this game today on this episode. I'm so impressed with the skaters. So impressed. I was so excited that Tara, of everybody, was the one that was brave enough to speak up.
I don't know if this will get me murdered tonight, but it's not wrong.
Okay. So in the end, they end up banishing Ron. The votes, though, were insane. Oh, I skipped the whole Lisa part. What am I doing? Because then right there, after that happens, oh, that's what's next. Let's check out the next scene. I didn't skip it. Let's look at that next. So after that, they decide if they're not going to vote out Ron, then what are they going to do? Right here, she says Ron convinced her. But later on in the episode, she says something, at the end of the episode, she says something completely different. Time to vote. The time for talk is over. Oh my gosh, Kirsten. That's funny. I know, I agree. How could anybody? So, they vote. And we've got the people that voted Colton out were Tara, Lisa, Johnny, and Kristen. But then it was 5-6 to 4. Ron got 6 votes, Lisa got 5 votes, Colton got 4. So the people that voted out Ron were Steven, Maura, Candace, Jam Jam, Dorinda, and Mark. And then Lisa, it was Colton, Ron, Eric, Natalie, and Rob. Bum, 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 a traitor. Traitor on traitor crime. No, I haven't yet, Rainbow. I usually wait on those. Well, I haven't had time, honestly. Everything going on this weekend, I haven't had time. I barely had time for this. Crazy. Let's see. So then we've got Ron announcing he's a faithful. And what Ron said, again, 2 things in this episode really resonated with me. The first thing was what Rob said about Ron, and when you're an introvert, how sometimes the loneliest places are in a crowded room. But then what Ron said right here on his eviction, I am a faithful speech, was, it really got to me, especially in this age and time and things that are going on. And I hope that this resonates with you guys too. Amazing. Inside and outside of this game, I'm truly a faithful. Yep. Ron, you're a good man. Sorry I made fun of you. Sad to see you go. And what a great episode that was. So this last clip I'm going to save for the very end. And so he leaves. And then we've got, before they exit the round table, Colton is whispering to Lisa that he says, I'll take us both down just to get you out. And Lisa says in her normal indoor, regular, outdoor voice, go for it, Colton. Go for it. So everybody hears her say that. So now they're leaving the, darn it, I scrolled. Let's see, I should be too far back. Leaving. Where are we at? Yeah, okay. After the round table, we've got Candace, Dorinda are so shocked that Rob voted Lisa out. So that's happening. Rob is telling the confessional that he's got no regrets. He is just not ready to face Lisa. Who can blame him? He says, this is about to be bad for Robbie Bobby. I'm like, oh, Robbie Bobby, I'm sorry. Robbie Bobby, let's make it better for you. So, Robbie Bobby is a little... Then we've got in the bar. Is that where we are? So Natalie asked Lisa if she understood why people voted for her, and Lisa's like, "No, I actually don't understand. I voted for Portia." This is here. I voted for Portia because that's what my gut told me. I'm like, bitch, you just said that you did it because Ron convinced you. Is it Ron? Is it your gut? Is it because besides the fact that you're a traitor, is it just because you're a dirty, nasty, lying bitch? Yeah. Choice C. So Lisa, she's all stupid, exaggerated, nervous. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that was back at the beginning. She's always stupid, exaggerated, nervous. So even though that was the beginning of my notes, it fit for the end of my notes here. It keeps scrolling back to the top. I don't know why. And these notes are long. So then we've got Candace and Lisa are there. They're talking. Lisa's like, people shouldn't be labeled. I'm labeled a housewife. Oh my God. Labels are so bad. Don't label me a housewife. I can't. And Lisa Rennie, you're so annoying. So oh yeah, I said I called bullshit because loyalty is loyalty. I don't know why I said that, but it was in my notes. I was calling bullshit on something. Candace is talking about not letting Colton shift them as Colton decides to walk in the room and overhears and looks at Lisa. And Lisa decides to start talking and says, "Can I say something, Colton? For 36 years, I've been in this business, and I'm so much more than a housewife. I'm Lisa fucking Rinna. Lisa fucking Rinna. I'm more than a housewife, Colton. Lisa fucking Rinna." I'm not kidding. The last part exaggerated, the rest not. Like, are you kidding me? You're acting like what got you? You were always Lisa Rinna's always on. If there's a camera around, Lisa Rinna is always going to be on. People are noticing it, and she's trying to say, "Oh, you're labeling me as a housewife. Ew. I'm Lisa fucking Rinna. I'm this exaggerated fucking bitch, and how dare you label me as this exaggerated fucking bitch." That's the vibe she's giving. And again, it scrolled back to the beginning. Stop. Maybe it's because I'm holding it and talking and it's shaking. So that's happening, and Colton's saying, "Yeah, well, you're an icon and a legend, and you're so confident, and I was expecting more from you. But I'm Lisa fucking Rinna. I'm a housewife, and I'm more than a housewife, and how dare you expect more from Lisa fucking riddle. So Colton says to end it, let me just say this to the traitors in the room. If you don't take me out tonight, I am coming for every single shield and make it harder for you later. So use your opportunity tonight. So Alan then comes on and interrupts the house. He's not interrupting the house, he's just coming to us. Lets us know something happened the night before. Do that again. I don't know what I did. You'll have to rewind it because I can't repeat whatever I just did. So Alan lets us know that the night before, after he told them that there was no murder, that the following night they would have the great banquet in the hall where everybody would dress for the great banquet. And somebody would have to wear the cursed amulet. And he was going to let the three of them decide which one would wear the cursed amulet. And the first person at the great banquet to touch the cursed amulet will be murdered. Oh my gosh, it's the sheep again. Maybe by the last episode, I won't sound like a sheep. Well, I can do a Lisa Rinna much better than I can do an Alan Cummings. That's for sure. So Lisa decides with them all there that she is going to be the one to wear the cursed amulet. So now we're back in the house in real time. We've got Candace in the confessional like, how the hell are we supposed to do a murder in plain sight when we are not even getting along with each other and Rob just tried to vote Lisa out? And she better have a good damn reason. And now the three of them meet in the kitchen, and they don't meet because they want to. Rob's in there eating, and Candace corners him, and then Rinna walks in. And so they get to have a little bit of a conversation. And I think Rob's reason was right on point. I think he had a great reason for doing it. And I'm glad he was right there with it. Rob basically said that he would have looked really bad had he just voted for Lisa, or had he not voted for Lisa's banishment. It would have looked really bad because he had already clearly stated that he didn't think Colton or Ron were traitors. And this man doesn't even talk to Lisa in the house. It's like they don't even coexist really in the same circles or anything. They barely talk. Dorinda and Candace, he probably talks to more than Lisa. So I loved Rob's reason. Of course, the selfishness of a housewife would think that they are more important than his own personal game. And like he was saying, I can chat and be on IG, but now I have to turn. Oh no. Oh, poor Stevie Lee. I'm sorry. You're having problems. I'm going to be done in like 5 minutes or so at the most. And again, it went back to the beginning. So the kitchen scene was amazing, though. It was so good seeing the three of them come together, and then the editors are teasing us the whole time, making us think somebody could walk in at any time. And they have no idea. They basically left it up to Lisa in the end. They said, it's gonna look really bad if you do Colton. They're gonna think basically, Lisa, you murdered Colton, and they're all gonna think it was you. So let's probably try not to murder Colton. That might not be the best idea, but we'll leave it up to you and your decision. And that's how the episode ended. But I want you guys to watch this because is going to talk about next week's episode, and it's a really super, it's like a 20-second clip.
For the Traitors. I love how you say it. Thank you from my sister. She's the one that got me into the show. She's obsessed.
Yeah,
she
you said
watches
that
all
last
the country.
time.
She's so stoked. But you
I lied. It's like a minute clip.
said that the greatest moment that's happened on the show ever is this season.
I think
That's
so.
quite a tease.
I know.
The greatest thing to ever happen on the show so far, in his opinion, is this season that we're watching.
No, it is a tease.
Okay.
I'm aware it's a, you know, it's a big boy shoes, but
Yeah.
so there's a thing. It's episode 7. I kept saying, I'm telling people it's episode 6. It's not. It's episode 7, and it's the sort of when you hear that I'm going to throw them a banquet. Pay attention, because that's when it's everyone gets dressed up. So there's some really good looks. I have a very good look.
You have great looks the whole time.
Yes,
I know.
and a lot of beads and things and stuff going on my face. But then what happens at the banquet? It's carnage. It spirals, and it's sort of, I'm not allowed to say, but it's just, I mean, it was my favorite thing.
How exciting is that? So that's what we have to look forward to on the next episode? Is what spirals, because they're probably going to get people to try not to touch the brooch, or I don't know. Oh my God. That means Lisa's gonna F this S up. Fuck this shit up. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So with that, we have gotten through another episode of The Traitors. Oh, right, Kirsten? For real. I wish. I wish. Can Lisa Rinna banish Lisa fucking Rinna? Was it your favorite? Yeah, I think it was mine too. And now Alan's got me even more hyped to see next week. Saying it's like possibly, in his opinion, opinions are subjective. So I'm trying to not get my hopes up, but in his opinion, the best one. So anyway, I guess that is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I'm so glad this was so much quicker than the last recaps. Those long ones are so hard. It takes forever for me just to do notes for an episode, so I'm glad we had one. So anyway, you guys, be safe out in these streets. Watch for the bombs dropping, because there does not seem to be any safe zones out there at all. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Friend, come foe, come one, come all, to the highlands to see who lives and who falls. Jokers and fools, queens and kings, they'll take to the stage on invisible strings. For once in my castle, their roles are assigned, their fates in the game, forever entwined. Under cover of night, the traitors will slay. Can